Sales are proof of concept. Sales are the fact that you can make up your own opinion, but you can't make up your own facts. Your own opinion is, I think I have something. Sales is, I know I have something.
Proof is very important. Proof is very important. Okay?
Huge. Yeah.
We just went in on like, you have an idea, right? How do we know that this is it? Like, how do we know? Well, sales does that. People actually purchasing it. You know what I mean? So let's see what he says, Daymond John says about sales.
The mistakes I see entrepreneurs make is when they think they have something. They don't have their numbers. That's why you see on Shark Tank all the time, what are your sales? Sales are proof of concept. Sales are the fact that you can make up your own opinion, but you can't make up your own facts. Your own opinion is, I think I have something. Sales is, I know I have something.
That's a bar.
That's a bar. That's a whole
That's
bar.
a bar. Right. That really is. Wow.
Whole bar. The funny thing is, and for a shout out to our video people, the picture that he had of LL Cool J with the Queens jersey, right? I still have a Puerto Rico jersey downstairs, FUBU one. That's like triple XL for no reason. It was the last one that they had in the Bronx, and I was like, I must have it, and I still have it downstairs. I don't know why.
You know what's crazy? My first pair of socially acceptable sneakers, like that I was actually checked off into the cool club, was a pair of FUBU sneakers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to FUBU. FUBU, if you're coming back alive, Isaiah, bring this over here. FUBU, if you're coming back alive, like I've seen it a few times actually. Just send some stuff over our way. We're two Queens kids. You know what I mean? Like we would rock FUBU. I'm just saying, we would rock FUBU.
Bring it back. Bring it
back. I rocked the FB hat again. You know what I mean? Just give me the hat. Just give me the hat. The hat was like everything back then. The hat was everything. There was all bootlegged and everything. You didn't know what one was real. I remember these times. But anyways, but of course, I love what he said of we can't go off feelings, right? Yeah. We could only go based off what has been sold. And even with our stuff, like we'll try this, we'll try that, right? And it always goes back to, okay, this is working because this made a certain amount. Now, my question, without getting too transparent, because this is the business part, so I'm going to be good, right? Yeah. But what about those times where you have something, it clearly worked for a minute, and then it went down. Right. This is just, we thought, and it's like, no, it's not coming. It's not coming back. It may like even, like we're still in the low, like you still see ground, right? And enough to put the wheels down, but we're not putting the wheels down, but it's even, and then like we stop before it goes. But like, I guess my question is like, from your experience, right? When do you know to put those panels and bring it back to life?
Resuscitate,
Or when do you put the wheels down?
Right. Yeah, I think the one, and this is true life experience here, like legit life.
Did I do good? Like I was like,
no, great.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Always use the plane, people. Use the plane analogy.
Use the plane analogy
to his heart.
Yeah, use the plane analogy. No, but I think speaking from your life experience, if you're hovering. All right, just to kind of play along with that same example. If you're hovering, it's and you want to see which one should I do? Should I find a way to gas it back up or just land? The one question to ask yourself is there room for innovation? Right? A lot of times something will dwindle from a sales perspective because you were so innovative early on that you brought something to the marketplace that was so rare, so unique that people had no choice but to get excited and buy. So as some of your customers catch up, because in the beginning, I think even Simon Sinek talks about this, the different types of buyers. There are people who will buy before anyone believes it, but there are people who are skeptical until the early adopters buy and they start telling everyone to buy it, and you're just like, okay, damn, I can't even resist no more. I gotta go get that new iPhone. I gotta get, whatever that new thing is.
Yeah.
So at some point, as your customers transition over, guess what? Your competition transitions over too. So your competition now starts picking up on some of the things that you were doing, and they start mimicking them. So it pulls your competitive advantage away. Now you're vulnerable to somebody undercutting you from a price standpoint. You're vulnerable to just people shopping around and saying like, yo, if I get the same thing here, what's the thing that's keeping me loyal outside of just brand loyalty or comfort? Right. So you expose yourself to no longer being that like non-negotiable option for somebody. So what I always find is that you've stopped innovating and you have crashed because you expected that something is going to continue to work for years, and it's rare. It's rare to find a true cash cow product. Apple to use Apple as an example, there's a reason why they still don't have the first generation iPhone, still trying to sell that. They've had iPhone 13. You feel me? Like they've innovated so many times despite of how great their sales were, because they know, guess what? The customers are going to buy, but at some point my competition is going to catch up. So I got to transition over. Now you hover or you bring the wheels down if you see no more, like there's no more vision for it. Like there's no more even space for it in the long term.
Right.
So between innovation and some level of interest, or that vision for you to even have the energy to continue jumpstarting it, that could be the two deciding factors on either end.
That's so good. I'm not ending it. I just felt like that needed an air horn. I just felt like it needed an air horn. I think, and that goes once again, based off facts, because sometimes, once again, I'm trying not to be too transparent because we're in the business talk. If this was about me, I could go, right?
Context clues.
Yeah. So, the feeling of certain products should be able to still work. Like, I've felt that, like, yo, this is, it was so successful before, right? It was amazing. We saw the impact. We saw how people were receiving it. Like, this needs to be out to the world. Like, all we have to do is change the messaging, change this, add more things to it. And this is where you have to look at it like, once again, something's got to die in order to truly come up with the next successful plan.
Right.
You have to let it go. And the one way to realize to keep or to let go is the numbers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's not to say that maybe down the line you can't try to revive it. We could get the panels and doof. I mean, we look at, like I said, Fubu's.
Right, I was just about to say, yeah.
Right. Fubu's coming back. When that thing died, Fat Farm started coming back out. What other stuff came back out? There's a lot of things that, like, a lot of retro stuff. The things in right behind me.
I was going to even say Jay-Z. Yeah, facts.
No, not even saying. All these Jordans.
Yeah, Jordans. Yeah, right. No, you're right. Yeah.
All these Jordans continue to come back, right? And, like, you could bring things back because people, what's that word? Nostalgic? People feel that with certain things. And it actually sells more. Like, I don't know if you ate this, Dunkaroos. Did you used to eat Dunkaroos?
I think you told me about it once, but no.
So it was like this cookie, right? Isaiah, put Dunkaroos up. So it was this cookie with like amazing cream filling, right? Boom. Really dope when I was a kid. I wasn't able to eat them because my mom gave me pretzels. Okay? Yes, I was suffering from great health. But it came back around, what was it, last year, the year before? And them jokers were like $7 or something.
Wow.
Per packet.
Wow.
Like, I'm exaggerating. It was like 4 though. It was definitely 4 compared to like 50 cents. Right?
Yeah. But
I bought them. I was like, oh, I remember this. You want to give people memories. Oh my God. I remember how this felt, this was, this experience. So you could bring things back in that case and see if it could live again. But when facts are facts and the sales aren't there, it is now your feelings against facts. Now, when we have a brand new idea, right, we have to put it out in the market. We have to give it to the people. Whether it is from a monetizing standpoint or from my case about content, you got to see what the people want. It's not, we're creating things and it's not really for us.
Right.
But we get so attached to it and we feel like this is it. This is going to change the world. This is amazing. And it's almost a little bit contradicting from what Jay-Z said, but Jay-Z put it out on the streets and he saw the impact that the people had. And he saw what it was doing from 1 person to 2 people to 10 people. And he saw that people were actually rocking with where he created relationships with Biggie, where he created relationships with, I believe, Big Daddy Kane early on, like they were touring with each other. Like he created these relations off of his work. So by putting it out there, he received the feedback to give him facts of this could work, right? Though they may not see it, the general public, not general public, execs, big, high up Caucasian people may not see this. The culture sees it. So let's do this, right? Now, that was feedback. That was literally people giving him facts. There are people that have an idea and it's like, okay, this is going to work, but with what results do you have? Daymond John says sales, right? It doesn't always have to be sales, but proof of how do you have proof of concept? Wallow said it in our interview with him.
Yeah, he
created proof of concept. I did this. I did it for free to bring proof of concept, and when people saw that, now he has an over $1 million deal because of his podcast. Yeah. So we have to put our feelings aside sometimes with business. And that's something me and you have even struggled about because it's like, this just ain't right. We know this works. What are you talking about? Right? But business is business and business goes off of facts.
That's right.
And we can't battle with that too much. And if you want to try to, this ain't for you.
Yeah, no, that's right. I agree with you 100%. That's right.
He said, that's right. So